Ilia Topuria challenges Alexander Volkanovski for the UFC featherweight title at UFC 298 next weekend. Ilia is so confident that he will win, he made his Instagram bio UFC World Champion. Alexander Volkanovski has reacted to this and says that he wants to see Ilia personally change it back if he beats him.
You know, someone's going to have to go onto their bio on the Instagram and change it literally themselves. So what a humbling experience that's going to be. And I'm going to make sure, I don't want the manager, I don't want their trainers or his wife or anything doing it. I want him personally to change that to 14-1 and contender, whatever he's going to change the champion to.
Dana White says this oil up meme has gone too far. Dana posted this to his Instagram story today. He wrote, "This is officially out of control. Hashtag no more oil."
Mr. Dana White.
Mr. Dana White.
We want to hold you up.
We want to hold you up.
You are so strong, baby.
Michael Chandler explains how he deals with public failure. Go subscribe to Chandler's YouTube channel. Links in the description.
I'm just a guy on a microphone, and I am preaching to the choir because I have been in this situation 1,000 times and I've held on to things so tight, and it's only when I let them go and say, you know what, man, this defeat does not define me. This lack does not define me. This experience, that person, this failure, and even this success does not define me. I'm going to let it go and watch God do his thing. When I woke up this morning, I was actually pondering on something, and somebody said something. I think it might have been a song I listened to yesterday or something, and it talked about you can't be great unless you're grateful. You can't find greatness unless you are first grateful. You can't be great and find greatness and do great things and be something great unless you are full of gratitude, full of gratefulness. I knew I was going to kind of bring it into this episode because that's what I was pondering on this morning when I was doing my quiet time, because I am guilty of it as well. I hold on to and think about all the things that are going wrong and all the responsibilities that I have and the pressure that I have and the pain that I have and the wounds that I have and the things that haven't done right in every scenario. The things that haven't done right for me, the people who haven't done right for me, when God has not done right for me in my will be done type of mind. And if we just start with gratitude, focus more on gratitude, focus more on the things that you do have, let go of that control and watch God orchestrate things. The best thing you can do, or admitting that you need help, admitting that you need wisdom to come into your life through other people, through other scenarios, through other circumstances, in order for you to become the best version of yourself.
BKFC President Dave Feldman met with Dana White last week. In an interview with MMAfighting.com, Dave explains the purpose of the meeting. Dave said it was more of just creating an ally. That's really all I have to say. It was a great meeting. He's a great guy. He's doing his thing with the UFC, and we're doing our thing with BKFC. We're going to be the biggest combat sport on the planet. We want to grow our sport. We want to make our sport the biggest it can be. If that means teaming up with other promotions, we have nothing against doing anything like that, because we think that it's just going to make the sport grow and the company grow and the business grow. So anything that's going to make it grow, we're down for it. Alex Pereira is on his way to London today. He posted this footage to his Instagram laughing at his friends sleeping on the plane.
Meu, olha só, entramos aqui no avião faz 10 minutos. O menino tá roncando, já vou mostrar pra vocês. É foda, velho. Você tá doido. Vou acordar ele aqui, senão o fuso horário vai ser foda pra ele. Chama.
Ariel Helwani claims that there is another fight that the UFC recently announced, where one of the fighters has not signed a contract or even agreed to the fight. As you guys know, both Sean Brady and Dustin Poirier claim that the UFC announced their fights without them actually signing a contract. Sean Brady is injured, and his main event fight against Vicente Luque was called off. Sean reposted this to his Instagram, which says, "The bout was never officially signed as Brady was dealing with an ongoing injury." Then in Dustin Poirier's case, Dustin announced that his fight was off, and then an hour later said that it was miscommunication and the fight was back on. Dustin's close friend and training partner Johnny Eblen then did an interview and claimed that he spoke to Dustin, and Dustin allegedly told him that he never even verbally agreed to the fight because him and the UFC couldn't come to terms in negotiations. The UFC allegedly announced the fight as official anyways. Now onto this new fight that may be in jeopardy. Ariel Helwani doesn't specify which fight it is. However, it's on UFC 300. Probably not a main card fight, but it's the same situation as Brady and Poirier. The UFC allegedly announced the fight without it actually being signed or agreed to.
I can tell you there's another fight on 300. One of the particulars has not agreed to yet. I'm not going to say which fight it is, and I'll tell you it's probably not a main card fight, but there's another fight on that card that was put out before one of the fighters agreed to, and as of this second, they have not agreed to it yet. And then once the story came out, several managers and fighters said, "Me too, me too, me too." For whatever reason, Dana's in this mindset right now where he wants to break all the news. When he posted that text conversation with BSD, which he viewed as some sort of dunk over the media and our boy Guilherme Cruz, I didn't really see it revealing anything other than the fact that he tells the fighters not to announce the news. I shot it, stay quiet, and, we're going to put it out ourselves. BSD's involvement in the fight was never in question. We knew he was in. Poirier's involvement was in question. And nothing that he revealed backed the notion that DP was in. And then, of course, there's the tweet right over there. All the zombies come out saying, "You guys got it wrong. The media got it wrong." First of all, you're all a bunch of idiots. You're all a bunch of sheep. Anyone who believes that just doesn't understand how the fight game works, and dare I say business works as well. The media got nothing wrong. It was never agreed to. He put it out there that he was out. They fixed it because they didn't want egg on their face. Them's the facts. You don't want to believe that? You want to call us haters? Fine. But we didn't do anything wrong. I didn't do anything wrong. Guilherme didn't do anything wrong. No media member who talked about this did anything wrong, including the ones that talked about other fights that had been revealed or announced and hadn't been agreed to. Just like the Sean Brady fight, he was injured when they put that out there.
And that's going to wrap it up for the news. Thanks for watching. For daily MMA news and content, subscribe to Full Mount MMA and click the bell icon to be notified when we post videos. Here are the 3 top comments from last video. The first one's from Big Dre from the Bay. It says, "For as unlikable as Izzy is, you have to admit, he gives everyone the fights they want, the most active champ, and kept us entertained." The second one's from Noel Erickson. It says, "I would love for Paddy's ego to take a fight with Moicano. Imagine Hanato taking all his hype and becoming a superstar. He's definitely got the charisma to carry that hype." And the final one's from Brazil 253. It says, "Paddy looks different without makeup." Those were the 3 top comments from last video. If you want to be featured in the next one, all you have to do is comment down below. And if you missed yesterday's news, click the video on screen right now to get caught up.